Hello, everyone. It's been a while since we've chatted, but I thought that I would do a video in these unprecedented time of COVID-19. So as you can see, I'm in my office and it's pretty dark in the background because that's where I would usually do my face-to-face meetings. And of course, that part of my business is shut down. So I am like you, adapting to these difficult times, and we can talk about how I've done that. But what I wanted to address with you today is the importance of working on resilience, whether it is as a professional or as just as a human being, and even helping. This is a time where we can teach our teens and our young adults to develop resilience. This, for many of them, may be the very first time that they face a difficult, unusual set of circumstances, and how we come out of this is going to be really important. So firstly, I wanted to chat about, so what constitute a crisis? What constitute a difficult situation? Well, first of all, I think that something that is sudden, is unexpected, it's unfamiliar, it takes away your sense of control, it changes your routine. All of those factors could make a situation crisis-like for an individual. So depending on your level of exposure, depending on your level of risk, your level of stress with regards to this event of COVID may be different than it is for others. So a frontline worker, nursing, medical staff, their stress is very intense because they are close to the front line. On the other hand, if they feel that they have the proper tools to protect themselves, the proper knowledge, they may actually be less reactive than somebody who is not directly impacted or involved, because this individual may have less knowledge and may be reliant more on the grapevine information or various sources of information that may be accurate or not accurate. So how do we build resilience? Well, first of all, I think we need to know what resilience is. And resilience is your own ability to bounce back at a time when you are pressured. So resilience is a term that came from engineering, and it was meant to look at how flexible a piece of material could be, how far could we bend it so that it would be able to go back to its initial shape rather than snap. So our resilience is meant, as we develop our resilience, this means that we're meant to keep putting ourselves through these exercises where we push ourselves to far enough that we grow, we expand, but we have this ability to retreat and go back to our initial shape. And that it's in those times of retreat that we rejuvenate so that we can step out again into the world and try something new again. So, or be faced with the same stressor again. So how do you manage resilience? Well, one of the first thing you'd want to do is you want to listen to what's happening in your head. What's the chatter? What are the fears that you may have? I would suggest you take a piece of paper and you draw a line right in the middle. And on the one side, you write fact. On the other side, you write fiction. Facts. What do you really know? Are people around you impacted? Are people around you infected? If not, that's a fact. And what else is a fact? Well, it might be, how do you protect yourself? What precautions are you taking? And it's important that you work with facts. Fiction is all the what if. What if this? What if that? What if I get infected? Well, if you've been practicing social isolation, social distancing, and you don't have anybody in your family who's affected, impacted with the virus, the likelihood of you being infected is quite low. If you are very cautious when you do go to public places like supermarket, if you practice common sense, the likelihood again of you being infected is quite low. So when your mind is chattering, listen to that chatter and organize the thoughts. Are your thoughts fact or are they fiction? If they are future focused, if they are future focused in the sense that you're thinking, well, what if this happened, and what if this happens, and what if this lasts forever, and what if we don't bounce back? These are all fiction facts, or so put it in that column. So then what you want to do is focus on what you know, the things you know for sure. First of all, we know that everything in life is temporary. Very few things are permanent. We do have capacity. It is important that you remind yourself of your own personal strength. It is important that you remind yourself of who can support you in these times. So you can come out of this saying, I'm coping, or you can say, I'm adapting. Coping implies that something is imposed upon you, while adapting is really about saying, for every tough situations, we need to do a little bit of stretching and a little bit of growing. So here's your opportunity. This is your opportunity to become emotionally, psychologically, and intellectually agile. Learn something new. This is your opportunity to learn more information about this condition, or it is an opportunity to learn new skills to help you transform and adapt your business or your life. It is a time to reinvent. Reinvent your routine, reinvent your day, reinvent how you do things so that you have a sense of a new normal. The more routine you create in your life, the more normal things feel, and the faster you're going to be able to adapt. Think about how this is a time to transform you. Things you might have resisted up to now, you may not have a choice to resist it. So this is a time to embrace it and try something new. And you might actually be surprised that once you've done it once, you might go, well, that wasn't so hard. So it's time to create, try new things, and you might actually create new solutions that you had never expected. These times are actually making us focus on what is important to us. So I would encourage you to ask yourself, how can I be purposeful in this moment? And how can I use my desire to be purposeful in my own life, in the life of those I love or those that I'm in service to? How can I focus on my purpose? It will help you stay grounded in why you're taking the actions you're taking. Because of course there's many things right now that we do that are potentially not as pleasant as they would be in our everyday life if we were not dealing with this situation. Look at what you can control. If you cannot control it, you have a choice. You can get into a big struggle with yourself. You can get into the dance of resistance. You can grumble. You can begrudge, or you can say, if I have control, I do something about it. If I don't have control, I let it go. Think about body, mind, and spirit. How can you take care of your body? Well, I admit I kind of fell off the no sugar wagon in the last few days. So I'm going to get back on that. I'm going to focus on my good eating habits, and I have not been able to go to the gym because, as you know, the gym is closed. So I have to be more mindful of how I'm going to be doing my exercise routine. Go for walks. You know, walks have not been canceled. You just have to not congregate. So you can go for walks and still do it in a very healthy way. Spiritual. You can access all kinds of great spiritual tools online, whether it is meditation, whether it is services. I am certain that there are many faiths that have organized to meet online. There are many TED Talks and videos that would help you get reconnected to your spirituality and your purpose. Explore these channels. Emotionally, manage your emotions. When you see yourself getting escalated and elevated, take a step back. Ground yourself. Talk yourself down. It's really important that you remind yourself that this will pass. This is temporary. And in the end, remind yourself of all the ways that you're safe. Intellectually, I think that this is the time to learn something new. If you have a lot of downtime, use it to go online. There's a great program called Coursera, and go online and you can take free courses and learn and attend lectures from actually very prominent professors in all kinds of universities on all kinds of topics. This is a time to read a book. This is the time to this is maybe the time to cocoon and reorganize your home and clean a closet. We know that when we cocoon and we reorganize our own home, it helps us feel emotionally organized. This is the time when, to be emotionally grounded, we may want to refocus on those we love and focus on gratitudes. If we focus on what we have rather than what we don't have, it certainly can help us cope with unusual circumstances. So one of the things that I have done, because I said I would share something about that, I've gone and moved my practice online, so I can be reached via Facebook, via LinkedIn. I can be reached via email at manonduludphd@gmail.com. I continue to be able to reach and work with my clients because I'm using a encrypted safe platform. So there's many ways that you can still access good support if you need it. There's many resources online that are effective. I think a little bit of research will be helpful. I hope this was helpful to you. I will keep reaching out to you with different topics in the next few days. Look for me and send me some feedback, ask questions, and your questions will help me create more interesting videos. Thank you, and take good care of yourself.